Hey friends, welcome back to my studio. You've got to see this cute deer I found in the snow. I'm going to paint this on a 6" by 6" canvas panel. I think I found it on Pixabay. I'll link it in this video's description. I cropped it because I'm going to paint a little painting. Isn't that sweet? I think they'll be really fun. The black around the ears and the nose and the eyes, I really love that. And then, of course, all the snow. As I mentioned, I'm going to paint it on a 6" by 6" cradled wood panel from US Art Supply. I've got 2 coats of clear gesso on it. It's 1.5 inches thick. Okay, let's jump in. Okay guys, let's set the table. I'm using a 3/4 inch flat brush from Royal and Langnickel. It came in a pack of 4 or 5 brushes, I can't remember. I really like them. They are thinner, there's not as many bristles, which you may or may not like. It won't hold as much paint, but you can get a thinner line. I'm using Mars Black, Quinacridone Magenta, Phthalo Blue, Cad Yellow, and Titanium White. I mixed phthalo blue with some black to make a gray blue. I think I put a little magenta in there too. And then I pulled that out, put a lot of magenta in there to make more of a purple, and some black to make a muted purple. And then brown I made with yellow quinacridone and some black. You could put out a brown. And then so up and down streaks with the gray blue and the gray purple and some titanium white. I'm thinking my deer's gonna stop about, I could trim it out. I think the neck will kind of stop right around in here somewhere, and then right about the back will kind of come up over here. And then I'm taking cues from the reference photo and putting in some sticks. I'm sure they're like little bushes or trees or something growing. And then just keeping it muted. So I made it a little browner with the purple, and then sometimes I make sure my brush is fairly dry or I'm going to lift up. It's not that, my painting isn't that dry. So I just kind of set it down, squished, and then made like a leaf. Sometimes I drew a line. Sometimes I just stamped with it. But I think that's good enough. I think I may come back, so I'm going to save this palette. Well, yeah, I'm going to save this palette and start a new one and call it my background palette, because I can always come back with my blue or my purple and kind of mute. You know, I could mute out and push back some of the branches. Well, actually, it's kind of dirty purple brown. You could use matte medium to help make the color more transparent. Let's see, I have some right here. Water works. Sometimes matte medium is feels more like paint. Water can get really thin. You might like that. You can use, there's other mediums, gloss, medium. Depends on the brand too. Boy, it dries, when it's thin, it dries really fast because it's winter time here. I don't know if I want to push any of those back. I really don't want to do this just yet. I think I really want to wait until I get my deer on there as I do a little more. I don't think it's pushing it back that much because I'm really thinning it out. I'm going to let this dry really well, and I'll be back in a couple of hours. So what the heck am I doing here? Well, I put out my colors, Cad Yellow Medium Hue, Quinacridone Magenta. I just stuck my finger in some color. Phthalo Blue, Mars Black, Titanium White. I mixed a purple because I thought it might be kind of nice to put some purple in the deer. Mixed a couple of browns. This one's kind of a raw sienna. It's a little more red than that kind of color. I don't have my colors. They're all packed, so I can't like look. And then I pulled some of that out and put some white in it. So I thought, so when I'm looking at this reference photo, I don't know if it looks, when I look through my phone, it looks different. But like I can see like a little hint of purple right there. I don't know if you can. And a little blue. And then I'm saying that's a little purple. I made those gray. You really can barely see the eyes. Can a little bit. And then I thought, well, that looks blue, definitely. But I also put some purple in there. And then I'm going to tone it down. But I thought it might be kind of fun. You could call this an underpainting. I'm painting the shapes. You know, it doesn't look like much yet. I'm just kind of puzzling my way through it. Painted the eyes light blue. I will probably maybe put some brown in this one. They're going to end up being almost black. So I'm finding the shapes, putting some color in it, and then I think I'll tone it down. You don't have to do that, but I just thought I would try it. I think I've done it before in past videos. I'm using a 1/4 inch flat brush from Royal & Langnickel. I was using a little teeny, this is from Michaels. It came in a pack of brushes, 3/0. It's a little teeny round. And I think that's all I've used so far. Okay, I think that gets us up to speed, and I'm going to go back to finding shapes and colors. Hey friends, I thought I'd pop in. So I decided my light's gonna come from the left. The light in the reference photo, it's blown, the whites are blown out because it's real. I put a little darker gray underneath the chin so I could see it. But in the actual reference photo, this little gray part, if you can see it, wasn't there. Whoop, I just shut the photo. But what's kind of interesting is like as I build it up, it starts looking pretty good. I'm going to play with it and work with it some more. But I put some white in so I could figure out where the light was coming from. I just put some kind of that orangey color in there. I think the nose is starting to look pretty good. Oh, here, maybe you want to see the eyes. The eyes are probably pretty close to done. You could just make them black, just like the reference photo if you wanted. But it's kind of funny how it's like, ooh, it looks pretty crazy, but now this purple, you barely notice it here. I need a little more paint there or something. And I could come back with grays, tone it down some more. I keep building, playing with it. I need to, I started using this bigger angle brush. It's a 3/8 inch from Royal and Langnickel for the body, so it'd go a little quicker. If you want to use a little brush, you go for it. What was I going to say? Oh, like this needs to come up. I don't know if blue is the right color, but it needs to come up in value here. So just little swipes and brush in the direction of the fur. Bring that back up a little bit. So that's what I mean by when I play with it. That might be a little better. If I don't like it, I can fix it again. It's just, oh, I don't think I have any paint on there. It's just fun to play. And then another coat will be brighter. Another layer of paint. So that can help too. Okay, guys, I'll be back in a bit. Hey friends, I'm calling it done. I'm really excited about this one. I think it's really fun. It's a fun reference photo. All the snow in the reference photos really inspired me. The branches really get pushed back between the more out of the tube colors and stronger contrast of the deer and the snow. The snow helps push it back too. You could have a branch come over if you wanted. Bring it to the front. Yeah, but see, there's not a bunch of value change in the branches, which help push them back. What else? I used this, it's starting to get worn, 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch, sorry, flat brush, and just used the corner of it. And sometimes I even just swiped, some snow. I put quite a bit of this blue gray snow on, and then I use this craft brush. The longer and the wigglier, the better. You don't want it too super thin, like a rigger. You want it to be able to hold some paint so you can sprinkle it on. Here, let's do a tour. Let me know what you think in the comments. Use the photo, scale it to whatever size you want, and then use it as a traceable. I have traceables on my website, but not for this deer. But when you trace the photo, you're gonna see the shape of the eye better than when you use my traceable, because my traceables have my handwriting in it. It'll be more your painting, and you'll also see the shapes better, I think. You can let me know if you disagree. I painted the sides. I don't know if I can get that in there. The top. And I did paint the bottom, but not as detailed. Okay, should we do this? Let's see, it's square, so we can do a screenshot. Well, I super appreciate you guys hanging out with me. It is so fun to share our art journeys with each other. I have a Facebook group, no pressure to join, but it's the best place to catch me and to share your artwork with me. It's Annie Troe Art Friends. There's a link in this video's description. I couldn't do this without all of you. Thank you so much. Great big happy art hugs, and I hope to chat with you soon. Bye guys.